Hey everybody, this is the week 3 of patterns and recognition, and this week we will be looking at the stock market pattern analysis. The overview: we have decided this week to look at the Capital One financial corporations and how the stock is performing on the stock exchange. As you all know, Capital One is a bank holding company which specializes in auto loan, credit cards, banking and savings product. The bank has its head office in McLean, Virginia. The essence of this presentation is to perform some analysis on the stock price of Capital One and see how it's been trending. And we want to see how it's been moving. We want to see the correlation. We want to see its major competitors, which is Discover Financial Services. We want to see how the stock is performing and what trend are they on. And for this analysis, we will be drawing most of our data from NASDAQ.com, money.msn.com, and the Reuters.com. So let's go ahead. Now this is the 3 months price analysis of Capital One financials, and we can see how the stock has been able to perform, but to some extent dropped in the month of towards the ending of October. But while we go ahead, we want to see how the stock has been picking up in the month of November. Now this is the 3-month price analysis, which is we still continuing, and we can tell the trend of Capital One financials. The bank stock has been witnessing a huge purchase, and we can tell that from the volume. This is for the month of September, and we can tell that at the time the price went up, and later the price was not too doing good, but later it went up. This is the month of August. Well, we can see that in the month of August drastically went down, and which picked up in September. This is the chart. We can tell from this chart that Capital One financials, the stock has been witnessing so much of support and resistance, which we can tell that, well, this is a good stock no matter how, because we have stocks that have their ups and downs. The correlation analysis we want to do now. Capital One financial has a major competitor, that is the Discover Financials. Well, we can see, as we go ahead, we want to see how they actually correlate. Well, these two stocks, they've been moving in the same direction. They've been moving with the same trend. So that's why we are picking Discover Financials, because they are both in the same kind of business. Capital One Financial and DFS has been seen, for some years moving on the same trend. So they both have correlations. So to investors speculation, and have since been moving on, same direction. This is the trend of both. This is the trend of both Discover and Capital One Financial. We can tell that yes, they actually correlate. Now for the whale track, the Capital One Financial witnessed whale tracks both in the month of September, late October to the first week in November. Investment houses were seen, investing in the Capital One Financials, their stocks so much, because speculation based on the profit declared. The whale tracks were seen due to the bank's performance in the last quarter, and it's expected to declare more profit at the end of this quarter. The management of the bank has, re-engineered the bank to take opportunity of the untapped, e-finance by investing more in information technology. The effect has, since been consistent and with much greater difference in their balance sheet. Now, the support and resistance level, the Capital One bank stock for quite some time has displayed so much of support and resistance between $57 and $60. A good 6-month analysis of the stock was conducted in order to arrive at that. So this is the chart for the support and resistance level. Well, we can tell that at the time dropped, at the time picked up again, dropped and picked up again. So it's been support and resistance level for some time now. This is the Bollinger Chart. Well, as you all know, the Bollinger Chart is used to determine, the closing price, its high and its low. We want to tell what was its lowest and what was its highest and what they closed at. Well, we can tell with the yellow line that tells you the high, and we can tell from the middle line which is the close. And we can tell from the beneath one which is the sum or which is the low. This is the Bollinger Chart also for the open and close price for 3 months. We can tell the trend at which they're going. The prices, closing, the opening. So it's not been witnessing much of difference in the price. Now, this is the volume traded. This is the volume trader. We can tell the way investors are, investing more in Capital One financials. They've been purchasing so much. We can tell that in the month of October. We also saw a rise in the month of September. This is the Capital One price volume trend for 5 days. We can tell for 5 days that yes, they traded a lot, and on the 14th of November they traded a lot, which dropped down, and on the 15th we can tell that the price of on the 15th went so high, which means something is coming up for investors of Capital One. This is the stock advice I want to give to my listeners, the investors. Now, it is recommended that for present short term investors, if you are a short-term investors, I want to advise to hold your stocks and watch for the stock as it's being predicted to set higher between December and January. Now, for investors who are willing to buy, the stock is witnessing some support and resistance level. Support level shows that the stock will always bounce back. It is advisable to invest for a short period. Now, for those who are willing to sell, the stock is projected to be bullish between December and January. So, you might just want to hold on. Now, this is the price trend for 1 month. We can tell that at the middle in October, we saw a high rise in the price of Capital One financials. It went down in November, and on the 15th started picking up back. So something is coming up, like I said, between the month of December and January. Now, this is the Capital One financial 6 months price projection. We're projecting that the price is going to go beyond the level at which it is now. Well, the year end is February. So after February, we still see that the price will still go up following the trend. This is the 1 year projection, and we can see that it's been projected to get up to $92. This is the 1 year projection chart. This chart is drawn from the last table that you saw. So that ends my presentation, and I want to say thank you for listening. Thank you.